Hi friends, Miss Iman here with Kind Academy, and today we're going to be doing a demo class from our Kind Global School. So let's get started. The way that we start our classes are usually with an icebreaker. An icebreaker is a way to warm students up, especially in the beginning of the year where they are a little bit nervous and they're going to be meeting friends. And one of our really favorite icebreakers is playing a game called Would You Rather. So here's a clip from one of our Would You Rather games with our homeschoolers from one of our classes. In late because you like your sleep, and if you don't get sleep, then you're cranky in school, right, Mimi?
Correct.
Gotcha, makes sense, perfect. Adelaide, I love how you raised your hand. Go ahead, friend.
I've never seen Mimi cranky at school.
I've never seen her.
That's because I get my sleep.
Gotcha.
But I did once go to sleep at 1 a.m. at New Year's.
Gotcha. Okay, does anyone else want to answer this one? This is the last one. Nyasha, do you want to answer? And then Olivia? So that's a clip from our icebreaker. This really helps the kids to feel comfortable in our class. Okay, let's move on. All right, next up, we would do something called a group lesson. This is the way that learners will be working with their teacher. And this really is a beautiful way to make sure that learners understand things. Usually the teacher is discussing with the learner and the groups and the students are discussing with each other. So it's a really great way to build vocabulary and oral language skills, okay? All right, so this is what it would look like. So for example, for this lesson, we would be talking about the boy who cried wolf, and we'd talking about a story map for this lesson. So we read the story. Once upon a time in a beautiful village near lush rolling hills, there was a boy who watched over the village's sheep. Usually during this time, the learners would also be reading out loud. So they'd be working on their fluency. They'd be working on their comprehension. We would be giving them an option. We do not make any students read if they don't feel comfortable with reading out loud, but it's a good way to get them talking and warmed up as well if they like to read out loud. So we like to give them that option. So we would read through something like this, and then we would go through and answer the questions together. For example, we'd be talking about the setting. So we would ask students, hey, what was the setting? Do you remember what setting means? And then we'll be telling them what setting means. Who were the main characters in the story? What was the cause and what was the effect of that? And then we would go on to some more comprehension questions. And this really gets the learners talking and gives them a chance to discuss with each other, which, like I said, builds those vocabulary and oral language skills. Okay, so that would be the small group lesson. That would be for our reading class or our ELA class, English Language Arts. Then as independent work, to go back to that, we would be doing independent work. So the worksheet for this purpose, for this one would be here. It would most likely be in their Google Classroom. So all students have access to a Google Classroom where they will be getting their assignments and they can turn their assignments in through there as well. When they see these assignments pop up, usually we ask that they print them out, or they can use something like Kami and do it online and then just upload it right to the classroom, and then the teacher can see it and it will be stored in their classroom. For homeschoolers, this is an amazing way to keep a portfolio. This is an amazing way to keep a portfolio. So yeah, so like I was saying, this is really great for homeschoolers because it's basically keeping your portfolio. Students also have access to Epic in our program, so that also helps with keeping a reading log. So we really base it off of, for the state of Florida, especially if you're watching from Florida or from any other states, a lot of times they like you to keep the students' work. So this is a great way to show their work, okay? And finally, the learning path. So this is called individualized work time. Usually during the last 20 minutes or so of class, we have individualized work time where all the students have access to their own individualized curriculum. So that way they are working on what they need to work on directly. So this is how we accommodate all learners. We can have a learner that's in the 5th grade and for some reason they just don't understand math, or they have or their level in math is a little bit lower than we would like. They would only get assignments from the level that fits them, okay? But say they're doing really well in reading. So they will get, for example, in math, they would have a level, they would be in 3rd grade, but for reading, they could always be doing 6th or 7th grade work. And we noticed that a lot with all students, as a matter of fact. So my background is special education. I actually was the ESE specialist or the special education coordinator. So I would write the IEPs, and we really developed this program to cater to all different types of students and to work at their pace, okay? So they will be working on their learning path, which they would gain access to our programming for that, okay? And that's pretty much it. We do offer 4 different levels: individualized and personalized curriculum on level 1, kits and curriculum for level 2, curriculum and small group classes for level 3, and that was the demo video you saw. And level 4 would be actually one-to-one with a highly qualified teacher, and they would still be able to access everything, okay? So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions or anything else you want to know about our programming, please reach out. You can email us at hello@kindacademy.org for billing information if you want to go through Gardner, or for any questions at all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.